Just wait a moment, ease up on the gas a bit, and allow the traffic policeman to approach and ask Old Wu, what are you spacing out about? Hurry and slam the trunk shut. Old Wu gave it a good push, but the corner of a bystander's shirt got in the way. The cop said, open it, but Old Wu didn't dare open it. His gaze slipped through the windshield and landed on Curly in the back seat, gripping a dagger like he was ready to greet the ready for life or death showdown at any moment. Help. We need backup. The inaccessible Washington incident turned into a thrilling murder show. A nearby service area sent out a distress signal. An RV driver's corpse was found making headlines. This saved Curly indirectly, while Big Eye faced a tough lecture from his boss for failing to protect. He stumbled upon a message from Liu Shen, a dozen photos that felt oddly familiar. It seemed like several people who just happened to die were people he knew. The big screen TV blared emergency news of a murder at the service area. The victim's throat was sliced, and Big Eye immediately recalled Liu Shen's words. The doctor responsible for Yun Hao's death was probably named Li, and he sat tight tonight, planning to sneak to Mokpo. The service area mentioned in the news turned out to be on the road. Curly chuckled at Old Wu. Hey buddy, you're getting old, yet scared of what might happen 10 years from now. Old Wu cursed at Curly. What goes around comes around. You'll pay for this. Curly, however, wasn't bothered. He shut back. And you've been a good guy for so long, you still think you can keep being one? Have you ever gotten a good reward for being good? The rules of this world are clear. Good guys never get the last laugh. Bad guys live for 1,000 years, while timid folks like Old Wu can't protect their beloved family at all. His words thoroughly lit a fire of anger in Old Wu. He slammed the gas pedal, swerving onto a side road, quickly losing control and careening toward the toll booth, a real escape from the jaws of doom. Curly grabbed the wheel, both of them battling for control, as the car swerved wildly. Talk about a crazy drive. One foot hit the gas. The car bolted like a wild horse. What's next? Old Wu swung the wheel wildly. Curly's head nearly smashed against the windshield. After executing some impressive stunts, the car crashed through the safety barrier. Relying on inertia to propel itself forward, the car soared into a vegetable greenhouse, landing precisely in the midst of a farm stunt show. What an unexpected scene. 3 years ago, Old Wu's former boss turned the company into a shell by mortgaging assets for loans, making Old Wu the sacrificial lamb. Old Wu was on the hook for massive debts, and the bank was desperately trying to collect bad debts. If he signed, they could salvage some assets. The problem was, Old Wu had no clue about this, and he was boiling with anger. Is this even legal? The lawyer calmly told him, law is always a wolf's weapon, not a sheep's shield. When Old Wu came to, he saw Curly the killer, pulling out a dagger to cut the seatbelt. Old Wu crawled out for his life like a superhero, but he barely took a few steps when he fell. Curly was ready to stab, but was interrupted by the man in the trunk suddenly giving him a foot of mercy. This sent Curly into a rage. He picked up a pipe and choked the bystander, asking Old Wu, "One alive? Then take him out." With tears, Old Wu said he couldn't do it. Curly, furious, choked Old Wu, leaving him gasping for air. Instinct for survival had him pulling that pipe tighter, dragging the kind bystander skyward. But Old Wu still couldn't do it. He wasn't trying to kill a person, he was battling his own conscience. Curly lost all his patience, turned around with the pipe, and dragged Old Wu up high, bringing back that suffocating feeling. So good people say good Old Wu crashed down into the mud, just as Liu Shen was heading that way. Liu Shen was on his way to Mokpo when he saw a congested roadside headed for safety, promptly parked to squeeze through. He overheard a cop saying, "What's up with all these accidents tonight?" A taxi just did a runner at the Seogang toll station. In no time, he arrived at Seogang toll station, where Old Wu looked like a lost puppy dragging a suitcase. Suddenly, he asked Curly, "Why not kill me?" Curly turned and told Old Wu to steal a car. Maybe catch the smuggling boat. Old Wu recalled his ex-wife lambasting him for being weak 3 years ago. It was his boss' fault. He willingly took the blame for the debt, sold his house, and lost all savings. He didn't hate Old Wu, but couldn't comprehend his cowardice. Liu Shen cast a wary glance at the reversing vehicles. His intuition informed him that the killer of his son was not far off. Swiftly, he pulled out a revolver and decisively turned down a side street, adhering to the toll staff's directions. Old Wu groped for the hammer at his waist, ready to fight back with everything he had. Curly spotted headlights, rushed over, but Liu Shen's car zipped by without halting. Old Wu seized the moment and dashed for the hammer, only to be caught by Curly. The hammer slipped from his grip as Old Wu turned and hefted the heavy suitcase, pushing Cully along with his gun down the path. "You are done," he thought. Bolted for the deep forest, while Bakewood was making his way to Mokpo. He received a call saying everyone in those photos died in various unfortunate acts. Bakewood suddenly realized the gravity of his mistake. Liu Shen's doctor friend was likely a serial killer, and the worst part, he disappeared into thin air tonight. Little did Liu Shen know he just missed a golden chance for revenge. He carefully stepped into the greenhouse, gripping his gun tightly. The air was thick with the smell of engine oil, and there lay a man on the ground. Liu Shen tentatively called out Old Wu's name, but when he turned him over, he found out to his surprise that it wasn't Old Wu from the photo. In a hurry, he quickly dialed the police. Eating hot pot is no comparison to subscribing to us.